Sometimes silence before the storm isn't peace, it's pressure. Have you ever stood outside right before a thunderstorm breaks open? The sky goes quiet. The air feels heavy. Birds stop singing. It's not peaceful. It's not calm. It's pressure. The kind that makes you pause and look around because you know something is about to change, even if you can't explain it. That's exactly where we are right now. The moon is whispering, not sweetly, not softly. It's getting louder, not with sound, but with feeling. A low hum in your chest, a strange pull in your gut, a mood you can't name but can't ignore either. It's like the universe is speaking, not in words, but in weight, and you're carrying it without even knowing how. May 25th and 26th are not just numbers on a calendar. They are a bend in time, the final curve in the road before everything shifts. This is the last breath before the plunge, the final step before the leap. And if you feel like something is about to snap, you're right, but not in a bad way. You're not going crazy. You're not unstable. You're not overthinking. You're tuning in. Because what's happening right now is energy. Massive, invisible, undeniable energy. It's the kind of shift you don't see until after it moves through you. Energy doesn't knock on your door. It enters like wind, felt, not seen. Maybe your sleep has been weird, waking up at 3 a.m., strange dreams that feel like they're trying to tell you something. Maybe you've been more emotional than usual, crying out of nowhere, laughing when nothing's funny, getting angry and not knowing why. Or maybe you just feel stuck in your own head, like you're walking through fog. These are not random symptoms. They are side effects of a spiritual weather pattern. The moon, in its current phase, is not just glowing in the sky. It's pushing tides inside you. It's stirring what you buried. It's surfacing thoughts, patterns and emotions that need to be cleared before the next chapter can begin. And maybe now you're wondering, why now? Why does it feel this intense? What if I miss it? Because this energy isn't gentle. This is not a soft reminder. This is a final notice. The universe is saying, I gave you signs. I gave you whispers. Now I give you pressure. It's not about punishment. It's about preparation. This moment isn't just about noticing what's happening. It's about deciding how you respond. Do you hide from the shift? Or do you walk right into it? That's your choice. But know this. What you do in moments of pressure decides what shows up in your moments of peace. These next 48 hours are not asking for your fear. They're asking for your focus. They're not looking for perfection. They're looking for your presence. Because the tiniest shift, one thought, one step, one decision, can write an entirely new story for June. It's like standing at the edge of a domino line, knowing that all you have to do is flick one tile forward. So breathe, watch closely, and move with clarity. The moon is not punishing you, it's pulling you forward. The pressure you feel, that's not resistance. That's your next version trying to break through, and it starts now. Number 1. The air feels electric for a reason. The calmest winds are the ones that come right before the sky splits open. Have you ever walked into a room and felt something was off, even if nothing looked different? The kind of feeling where the air is still, but somehow heavy, like the silence itself is watching you. That's what this moment is. This isn't peace. This is pressure disguised as stillness. And if you've noticed it lately, if the world around you feels paused, strange, or even hollow, you're not imagining it. That's the universe charging its next message. The kind of message that doesn't come through noise, but through tension. It's like a storm cloud that builds slowly. You can't see the lightning yet, but you can feel it crawling under your skin. The sky isn't always loud when change is near. Sometimes it goes completely quiet, because that silence carries more truth than words ever could. You may be wondering, why does the silence feel so loud right now? Why does the air feel heavier even when nothing is happening? Because something is happening. Just not on the surface. Not yet. This is the inhale before the universe exhales something big. It's like standing at the edge of a cliff and realizing the wind has stopped. Not to calm you, but to make you aware. You might feel unsettled, like you're waiting for something, but you don't know what. You keep checking your phone. You feel like something is off, even when everything looks fine. Maybe you're sleeping fine, but waking up tired, or you're wide awake, even when the world is quiet. This is cosmic static, the space between now and what's coming next. Energy doesn't need volume to speak. Sometimes it whispers through tension. And right now, the energy is whispering with force. Think of it like standing in a hallway before a big announcement. The doors haven't opened yet, but you know someone's about to walk through them. That feeling, that's where we are. And here's the most important part. Don't distract yourself from this moment. Don't drown it out with endless scrolling or fake positivity. Don't run from it just because it feels unfamiliar. The reason it feels unfamiliar is because it's new, and new isn't always comfortable. This energy isn't meant to scare you. It's meant to wake you, to bring you into awareness so you don't miss the first knock when the door of opportunity starts to open. If the moment feels strange, it's because your spirit is adjusting to the frequency of your future. Now ask yourself, what have I been avoiding in the silence? What truth have I felt pressing against me that I keep pushing back down? What if this strange quiet is not a warning, but an invitation? Because when the energy gets this still, this dense, this sharp, it's usually a sign that something is about to break open. Maybe not in fireworks, maybe not in dramatic scenes, but in a shift so deep it changes what you notice, what you accept, what you become. So don't turn away, don't numb yourself out. This is the moment before the moment. The calm before the sky speaks. And if you're feeling the air vibrate around you, even if no one else notices it, it's because you're awake enough to feel what others haven't sensed yet. Stay with it, listen, and trust. The storm is not here to destroy. It's here to reveal. And when it does, you'll understand why the silence had to speak first. Number 2, you're picking up what others can't hear. Signs are real, you just stopped believing you were allowed to see them. Have you ever had a moment that felt too precise to be random? A stranger says the exact words you were thinking. A song plays the second you think of someone. You wake from a dream that felt more like a message than just sleep. And then it happens again. A pattern, a repeat. The clock reads 11:11 or 2:22. Again. It's easy to shrug it off, to say, it's just my imagination. But deep down, something inside you knows better. These are not accidents. They're echoes, little nudges from the universe, tiny taps on your shoulder saying, you're still connected, you're still listening. The moon, in its current cycle, is doing more than just glowing in the sky. It's tuning you like an instrument, aligning you with the frequency of your own future. And when you begin to match that frequency, the world around you starts speaking in symbols instead of words. It's like standing near a radio, and suddenly the static clears for just a second, and you hear your name. That's how signs work. They show up when your soul is awake enough to notice. Now, you may ask, why am I the only one noticing these things? Is it just in my head? Why do they feel so personal? Because they are personal. Not everyone hears what you're hearing because not everyone is tuned in. Think of it like dogs hearing high-frequency sounds humans can't. The message is there, but only some can sense it. You're sensing it. A bird staring right at you, a license plate with your birth date, a sentence in a book that speaks to something you never said out loud. These are not tricks of the mind. These are threads from the future, weaving their way backward to find you. So instead of brushing them off, write them down. Honor them. They're not answers yet, but they are clues. And if you follow them with faith, not fear, they'll lead you exactly where you're meant to go. This is your reminder. You were never imagining it. You were remembering how to see. Number 3. Saturn is demanding a decision. Saturn doesn't guide with light. It teaches through pressure. Some planets whisper. Saturn does not. Saturn just entered Aries and it didn't knock. It kicked the door open. This is not a soft energy. It's not here to gently guide you into clarity. Saturn in Aries is like a fire drill in the middle of the night, loud, sharp, and impossible to ignore. You might be wondering, why does it feel like life is speeding up? Why is everything happening all at once? Why am I being forced to choose now? Because Saturn is the teacher of time, and Aries is the spark of action. Together, they create a moment that can't wait. And if you've been standing still, this energy will feel like the floor beneath you suddenly moving. Think of Saturn like a strict coach, not the kind who pats you on the back for trying, the kind who sees your hidden strength, even when you don't, and demands it to show up. It doesn't yell to hurt you. It yells to wake you. This is the kind of energy that slams the brakes on comfort and puts your soul into gear. If you've been avoiding a hard truth, Saturn brings it to the surface. If you've been delaying a decision, it now feels urgent. If you've been waiting for a sign, here it is, but it looks more like pressure than permission. This isn't a punishment, it's activation. Because some doors don't open gently. Some open only when you push back with full force. You might feel tired, pressured, overwhelmed, and you might ask, why now? But the real question is, if not now, when? Saturn doesn't wait for you to feel ready. It acts when the time is right, and the time is now. So if a situation rises up this weekend that forces you to decide, don't panic. That's not life being cruel. That's life being clear. Whatever choice you've been putting off, Saturn is bringing it to your feet. It's saying, pick a direction, not to trap you, but to free you from standing still. This is your moment to move, not out of fear, but out of power. Number 4. The moon isn't just watching, it's reacting. The moon doesn't choose your path, it amplifies it. Right now, the moon isn't just hanging quietly in the sky. It's not simply lighting up the night, it's reflecting you. Every thought you think, every word you speak, every move you make, it's all being echoed back by the moon like a spiritual mirror. And this isn't just a regular new moon. This one is charged, awake, electric. Think of the moon like a giant amplifier in the sky. It doesn't create the music, it just turns up the volume. So if you're feeling focused, it sharpens that focus. If you're feeling afraid, it can make that fear feel bigger. Not to punish you, but to reveal what's really pulsing beneath the surface. It's like holding a flashlight to your own mind. Everything hidden starts to show. Maybe lately you've been asking, why do my thoughts feel so intense right now? Why does it seem like little decisions carry so much weight? Is the moon really affecting me this much? Yes, because energy is sensitive now, and the moon is not distant, it's connected. It's responding to your inner world like a tuning fork. If you feel stuck, the moon will pause with you. If you take a bold step, even a small one, the moon magnifies it. The universe doesn't push, it responds. So what do you want to see reflected back? Now is the time to plant thoughts like seeds in a sacred garden, not thoughts of fear or doubt, but intention, courage, clarity. Because in this new moon energy, your thoughts are like arrows. Whatever direction you shoot, the energy follows. Even the small things matter. A silent decision, a shift in how you speak to yourself, a vision you quietly hold on to. These aren't small, not now. The moon is listening. But more than that, it's moving with you. This weekend, speak what you want into the air. Think it clearly, feel it deeply, act on it even slightly, because what you offer the sky now is what returns to you later. This moon doesn't choose your destiny. It just asks, are you ready to meet it halfway? Number 5. The breakthrough won't feel like one at first. Healing doesn't always feel good. Sometimes it feels like something leaving. Not every breakthrough looks like a big moment. In fact, the real ones rarely do. Sometimes they arrive quietly, no spotlight, no trumpet, just a pause in your day that feels different. A breath that goes a little deeper. A thought that used to hurt, but suddenly doesn't. Or a memory that used to burn, but now just feels distant, like a photo you're finally ready to put down. This is how real change enters, soft, not loud. You may ask, why does everything feel so strange? Why do I feel like something's shifting, even when nothing has happened? Am I just tired, or is this something more? You're not imagining it. What you're feeling is space being made inside you. Think of it like spring cleaning for the soul. Sometimes healing isn't about adding more. It's about removing what's no longer needed, the weight, the noise, the outdated stories you've told yourself for too long. And when that energy leaves, it doesn't throw a party. It slips out quietly, like steam rising from a boiling pot once the heat is turned off. Maybe you're brushing your teeth. Maybe you're scrolling through your phone. Maybe you're lying in bed staring at the ceiling. And suddenly, there it is, a wave of emotion, a memory, a flicker of insight. That's not random, that's the shift. And no, it won't always feel good. Sometimes it feels confusing, or number, or like you're suddenly floating between versions of yourself, because you are. One part of you is fading, and another part is starting to speak. Let it. Don't rush it. Don't try to define it. Just notice it. Breathe through it. Some transformations don't roar, they whisper. This is a sign that your system is catching up with the energy you've been calling in. You're not going backward, you're shedding, like a snake losing old skin, like clouds clearing after weeks of heavy sky. So, if you feel strange, good, that means it's working. You're not losing your mind. You're just making room for what's next. Number 6. A promise from the past is returning. What's meant for you doesn't forget its way, it just waits until you're ready. There are things you asked for long ago, dreams you whispered in the dark, prayers sent out during your lowest moments, hopes that once felt so alive, but over time faded. You might have even convinced yourself they were gone, denied, or forgotten. But the universe doesn't forget. It remembers every single vibration you've ever sent into the field, not because you kept repeating it, but because it was honest, real, timed with your deepest longing. And when a desire is born in alignment with your soul, it doesn't just disappear, it simply waits. And now, it's returning. In the next 48 hours, something might happen that feels oddly familiar, like a glitch in time. A name from the past shows up. An idea you shelved suddenly feels alive again. A person you haven't thought about in years pops into your mind, or into your messages. It may feel small at first, but you'll know. It'll carry a strange weight, a stillness, a this means something kind of silence. That's the return. It's like a package finally showing up after a delay. You stop checking the mail, but the knock still comes. Now maybe you're asking yourself, why now? Why is something I let go of coming back into my life? Am I supposed to take it, or is this a test? Here's the truth, it's not always a test. Sometimes it's just timing. Some things were never no, they were just not yet. And when Saturn enters Aries, time speeds up, delays end, clarity comes faster. The moon reacts like a mirror, and echoes from your past suddenly ripple back through your present, not to confuse you, but to align you. But the key is this: you've changed. And now, when this old wish returns, you're not the same person who asked for it. That's the real magic. You're wiser, stronger, less willing to settle, less likely to sabotage. And that makes the timing not just different, but divine. Sometimes what you wanted shows up late, because the version of you who could receive it hadn't arrived yet. Watch how this shows up. It won't crash through your door. It won't demand your attention. It will arrive like a memory with weight, a feeling that wraps around your ribs and makes you pause. That's when you listen. This could be an old dream becoming possible again. A conversation that reignites a vision. A second chance that no longer feels like desperation. A moment of clarity that reminds you who you used to be and how far you've come. This return won't feel like a replay. It will feel like a reveal, because what's coming back isn't meant to drag you backward. It's meant to finish what you started, to deliver what got paused by fear, blocked by time, or shelved by survival. And yes, you may doubt it. You might think, but what if I'm just being sentimental? What if this is just a trick of nostalgia? It's not. You'll know it by the way your body responds before your mind even has time to form a thought. You'll know it by the calm, the pull, the familiar unfamiliarity. That's how truth arrives. So don't run. Don't shut it out too quickly, but don't chase it blindly either. Instead, receive it with presence. Because this moment is sacred. A window, a closing of an old loop so a new path can finally open wide. This return may be quiet, but it fits like a missing puzzle piece you forgot you even needed. And the most powerful part, you didn't have to beg for it this time. It came back on its own, not because it missed you, but because the version of you that can now hold it finally showed up. So watch closely. What you once wanted may appear again, not as a fantasy, but as a real choice. Your only job now, be honest, be clear, be ready. Because when a promise circles back from the past, it's never by accident. It's an answer that waited for your arrival, and now it's here. Number 7. What you do now becomes tomorrow's reality. The universe isn't waiting on fate, it's waiting on you. There are moments in life where everything feels paused, but it's not because nothing is happening, it's because something huge is about to. Right now, you are standing in what we call a divine pause, a sacred stillness, not a mistake, not a delay, a moment held open, just for you, like the breath the sky takes before it sends down rain, like the silence in a movie theater before the scene changes and the lights shift. That's where you are, that's where we are. The universe isn't stuck, it's watching, listening, waiting, not for fate to kick in, but for you to make a move. This isn't just another weekend. This is a window, a cosmic blank page. The next 48 hours are not neutral. They are moldable. Think of them like soft clay. What you shape now will harden. What you choose now will echo. What you plant now will bloom. Maybe not overnight, but definitely by the next cycle. Time is not just passing, it's responding. Maybe you've felt uncertain lately, standing between two doors, one foot in the past, one toe in the future, afraid to move because you don't want to make the wrong choice. But here's what no one tells you. Not choosing is still a choice. And the universe responds to that too. So maybe it's time to ask yourself, what have I been waiting for permission to do? What decision have I been delaying, hoping for a sign? What if this silence is the sign, and now it's my turn to speak? You don't have to get it perfect. You don't have to know all the steps. But you do have to show up. Because the moment you take action, real, intentional action, the universe moves too. It's like standing in front of a mirror that only reflects back when you move. Stand still, and it stays blank. Move, and suddenly, there's your reflection, clear and immediate. That's what this moment is. And yes, it's intimidating. You might think, but what if I move in the wrong direction? Here's the truth. There is no wrong direction. There's only alignment or adjustment. The universe doesn't punish wrong turns. It recalculates, just like a GPS. It says rerouting, not you failed. Your destiny doesn't need perfection. It needs participation. So speak your truth. Make that decision. End the thing that's draining you. Start the thing that's calling you. Say yes to the leap. Say no to the comfort that's keeping you small. Whatever you do, do it awake. Because this window won't stay open forever. Soft clay doesn't stay soft. Blank pages don't stay blank. The door doesn't stay unlocked. At some point, the pause will end, and what you've done, or haven't done, will start to take shape. And that shape becomes your next reality. It's tempting to think we have time, but spiritual timing is not tied to clocks. It's tied to readiness. And whether you feel ready or not, the moment is here. You've been asking for change, praying for signs, hoping for momentum. Well, this is it. The universe is handing you the pen and saying, write, not with fear, but with fire. So ask yourself again, clearly, deeply, what energy do I want to live in 1 week from now? Because what you do in these next 2 days decides that. This is the echo point, the imprint zone, the sacred now. And it's waiting on you, not to be perfect, not to be fearless, just to be present enough to move. Say yes, say no, but say something, do something. Because right now, you're shaping your future with every breath you take. And the universe, it's listening, watching, ready, but it won't act until you do. As we reach the end of this message, remember, this isn't just another night under the stars. These next 48 hours are your turning point. What you choose, what you say, what you believe, it all writes the next chapter. So breathe with intention, move with clarity, and if this message stirred something in you, let the universe know you're listening. Comment 77 to claim this shift. And if you want more cosmic updates like this, don't forget to subscribe and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Your future is already whispering. Now, it's your turn to answer.